Women of Reddit, what is the hardest thing to explain to a man? You can't hold in a period like pee. Just tell them it's like if their nose is bleeding. Can't beep stop it without sticking a piece of cloth in it? Edit. Can't beep stop it without continuously sticking pieces of cloth in it? Stucking a piece of cloth don't always work. Heavy nosebleeder here. Period pain can be debilitating to the point of being bedbound. Exactly why I hate religious beep that want to deny me treatment for my medical condition. It's almost like they want me to be a non-functioning member of society so that I have to rely on a man. Before I got my IUD I was useless 1 week a month. I've passed out multiple times and the pain and fatigue is unbearable. I am Christian. If it's people who call themselves Christians who don't believe in treating you menstrual issues, then it'll make me more disappointed in the church than I already am. Most churches these days are ridiculously miles away from what Jesus actually preached. I'm not saying that there are zero good ones, but the majority are stuck in some kinda, he really meant this type stuff when clearly no, he meant help the poor, the hungry, the disadvantaged. Don't judge people, be a good egg. Too rule bookish these days and clearly a beep load of human energy in the interpretations. No thanks, I'll be over here doing my best to be a good person and actually following the tenets as best I can. It's decent way to live if you strip away all the hating and join our club, we got this right type shenanigans. My hair will literally end up everywhere, and there's not a beep thing I can do to control. It just sheds. One time my fiance's hair wound up in my grilled cheese sandwich. She hadn't been in the kitchen in 24 hours and was not currently in the house at the time. It was a zombie hair. My fiancé has found my hair in his lunchbox, inside clean underwear fresh out of the dryer, poking out of his pillowcase. I've occasionally woken up in the wee hours of the morning to use the bathroom with a hair wrapped around my donger as well. Anyone who's lived with a woman just expects it. Get a hair catcher for your shower drain. You'll thank me later, guys. Striking hard during beep is not proportional to more pleasure. Just because you have a big beep asterisk does not mean you really know how to beep asterisk. Great beep tip. Got any advice for shampoo? Don't combine the two. Instructions unclear. Beep and shampoo. Enjoy the burn. The whole period experience. Ramps. Tender asterisk 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 asterisk. Feeling emotional anger and craving junk food. It's just a roller coaster. I would argue that it's not a roller coaster, because those are at least fun. When I was trying to get pregnant, I had to explain to my guy every single freaking month about ovulation and when is an optimal time, and how the whole thing works. You can understand particle physics but you can't fathom an egg traveling down a tube. Sorry, that might have been me needing to vent. Yet you still wanted to procreate with him, huh? Did you miss the part where he was a particle physicist? Is he really a particle physicist or a PhD student? From an academic standpoint, there's no distinction. If my nipples are hard, I am probably not turned on. Probably I'm just cold. Men have nipples too, why would they think this? My nipples get hard at the slightest breeze. Well, one of them does anyway, it's very annoying. Not men in general, but for the ones who do this, catcalling is not a compliment. I know many of the guys who do it think it's one, and it's nearly impossible to reason with them. Women do not find it flattering the vast majority of the time. I only put a disclaimer because if never fails that someone will try to undermine this by saying, well, I like it, and it kinda spoils what I'm trying to say. No matter your intentions, it comes off creepy as asterisk 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 asterisk. Please do not catcall. For anyone still not getting it, imagine someone shouting, "Hey, that's a nice wallet you have." Yeah, it's a compliment, but you're not going to feel safe anymore, are you? Can someone who isn't broke please give you an award already? To be completely fair, I saw it on Reddit a couple years ago. I wasn't witty enough to think of that myself. Pregnancy and birth beep you up, often forever. Just because it's natural does not mean it's not debilitating. Cyanide is also natural. Pregnancy, postpartum hormones range from non-existent to 180 asterisk personality change. Much like with teenage hormones, you don't get to pick where you fall on that spectrum and you don't even know it's happened to you. And pregnancy has lasting effects. Your rib cage, hips and feet may all get bigger. No amount of weight loss will change the size of your new bone spread. Your ligaments may never be right again. They may stay loose permanently, which means acid reflux, urinary incontinence or inability to fully empty your bladder. Your abs may never to get back together, leaving you with a permanent pooch, and all the ligaments in your joints may stay loose, so that joint injuries are more common and make it much more difficult to work out. Your period may not be the same as before pregnancy. Your response to medication, specifically birth control, may not be the same. You may develop incurable insomnia, or at the very least the inability to sleep more than 5 consecutive hours at a time. And my personal favorite, your beef ** might fall out. That's right guys, as many as 1 in 5 women have a prolapse due to childbirth. Oh, and women aren't born knowing how to parent. We learn on the job. We're no better than you are, so get your beef out of bed and change some dirty diapers or comfort your crying child. All of these horrible possibilities are recurring issues for the women in my family. As a woman myself, knowing how badly both the women on my mother and father's side handle pregnancy, I've decided I'm not having biological children. It's too risky. I'm 30 and still get told by people one day I'll learn how much I really secretly want kids and will change my mind, and adoption just isn't the same. As an adopted child myself, this irritates me to no end. Adoption just isn't the same. Have you ever adopted a kid? Well, no, but okay, cool. Your opinion holds zero weight. None. Completely invalid and irrelevant. As a fellow adopted child, I 100% agree. If adopted kids aren't the same, you're doing it wrong and shouldn't have any kids ever. This isn't the hardest, but the other things I thought of have been covered, so that nothing all that exciting is going on in the women's john. Nobody is flashing their genitalia. Nobody is summoning demons in a magic circle. There are private stalls. People pee in *******. People wash their hands, maybe touch up their makeup and hair, and GTFO. No one wants to be in there any longer than they have to. The reason it seems like we take forever in there is that architects don't build enough women's stalls, and because we have to remove more clothing to pee. That's it? Well, bathrooms full of drunk women can be quite a fun casual female bonding experience. But generally it's just drunken commiserating and friendliness between strangers. Yep. In a pub or at a gig it's a completely different experience. A woman I'd never met once gave herself a 20-minute pep talk on my behalf about how she could go back out the loo, and could deal with whatever was out there. I never got the specifics about what she was struggling with, but she lost me about 10 places in the queue, and we roared at each other like lions at one point. That plenty of us don't care about being sexually attractive to men, and that there's nothing wrong with us for not caring. E.g. female bodybuilders are under the misunderstanding that most men are attracted to extremely muscled women. It's not why they do it. Top shelf answer. Don't women know men don't like long fake nails, too much makeup, short hair, visible body, hair, unnatural colors, muscular figures, etc.? Yes, we know. We hear about it all the time. All the comments about me cutting my hair and how they like it.